Hi, here's how we treat toe fractures. So in this x-ray behind me, you can see a fracture right over here in the proximal phalanx of the fifth toe. The fracture is right here. Now, because this fracture is non-displaced, meaning the two bone fragments aren't so far apart where we have to put them back together, these generally heal pretty well without needing to have to close reduce them, pull them apart and bring them back together, or surgery. Now, what I recommend for this is rest, ice for 20 minutes every 3 to 5 times a day for the first 72 hours. Buddy taping the toe next to it to the toe that's fractured. You could take Advil, and we usually put you in a surgical shoe for the first couple weeks, and you can usually transition into a sneaker by week 4. Fractures sometimes take up to 6 to 8 weeks to fully heal, but these toes usually do pretty well.